What's up, guys? Welcome to the Red Tape Podcast. I'm your host, Demerious Nelson. This is brought to you by For the One Media, where we move progressively forward in a conservative way. Yeah. Man, I hope y'all having a great weekend. I know it's just Saturday, but Sunday come quick and it be the next week, and you know how that go when Monday strikes. Sunday night, the only good thing right now that we look forward to is Sunday night football and Monday night football. So that make Monday not too hard. And that definitely makes Sunday amazing, on top of other things. But anyway, I want to talk to you guys today about value. Do you know your value? And when somebody tell you no, that don't mean your value is any less. Y'all stay tuned. All right, guys, value. Where is your value? How valuable are you to yourself? How valuable are you to your community? Man, being valuable is awesome. You are all valuable because you're all human beings. You're so valuable that people take advantage of you because they understand your value. You're so valuable that people suppress you and let you think less of yourself because they understand if you ever understand your value, then you'll rise up against them. That's how valuable you are. You're so valuable that people take selfish actions against innocent people because they see the value in that. If you see your own value, then they will meet their demise. That's how valuable you are. You're so valuable that, for me, Christ comes down, lifts us up, takes us away from our own doings to bring us into a place of salvation, a place of a second chance. You know, it's the thing that everybody loves about America is that second chance. The value of America is seen in our ability to come from nothing, the underdog, and rise up to the ranks of a General Mattis, or rise up to the ranks of president like Donald Trump. Donald Trump in there, by all means, everybody like, man, my value just went up because I know if he in there, anything is possible. Now, you got to have a strategy and some bread, but it can happen. But you got to first understand your value. You got to understand the moment. And like I talked about yesterday, you got to be strategic in how you move. But the first thing, the most important thing is value. Know your value. Make yourself more marketable. You got to have confidence. I know a lot of people don't seem to have confidence and don't understand their value because they're used to hearing people say no. And they tie the no to their value. Just because somebody tells you no doesn't make you less valuable. It just means that it might not be the right thing for them at the moment. They might not be able to see the value in you at the moment, or they just don't want to see the value in you, and that's okay. But either way, however you slice it up, whatever they may think about you, for me, when I get a no, it just makes me work harder. A no is so great to you. A no is so beneficial to growth. So when I hear a no, it just makes my value go up. And yes, also the price goes up too. So if I hear a no, I don't forget much. So I remember you down the line. So when you come back around, the price goes up. So you better work with me while I am where I am, because we can make something happen, because I know where I'm going, because I understand my value. And also in the value, you have to understand that you have to constantly refine yourself like a diamond. You got to constantly add pressure to yourself. You got to constantly put yourself in conflicting situations, as far as conflicting meaning, look, I want to go out, but I'm going to go to school instead, because I want to accomplish this so I can be something in life. So I educate myself. I want to learn this trade because I want to be able to provide better for when I do have a family. I want to get the promotion on the job so I can, just help growth. Now, value for me is not tied to money. Value for me is tied in my ability to gain knowledge and to share it with those out there. I have no value if I can't share it with other people. Now, people don't make me valuable, but me giving knowledge to people makes them more valuable. Me seeking knowledge from people makes me more valuable. But it's not on the whim of what a person thinks or what they don't think about you. All right. So I just want to let you know, value is what you are and what you put into your body, what you put into your soul, what you put into your spirit, and what you produce out of that. That's the value. Now, I respect every single person because we are equal. We all should have respect for one another. But our value is different based on what we do with ourselves, what we do with what we have. Like I always heard growing up, my dad always said, work with what you got. And it also say work and keep working, always. And when you have value, are you trying to have the value so you can be marketable, whether it's in the dating realm, or whether it's in a big company, or whether it's trying to get the best place in the law school or a doctor program or in the trade school so you can get the better job. You got to understand your value. And having value, you got to have confidence. I know there's so many of us out here that lack in confidence, and that destroys your value, because a lot of people will hire you because they see what's in you because of the way you carry yourself with your confidence. They know you're humble, have humility. It's like, I can work with him, because a great leader sees the value in people before they sometimes can see it in themselves. And that's just for me. I have to look at people as leaders, guys out here. We have to make sure we look at people and see the value in them if they can't see it in themselves. And that's how we lift up the community. That's how we help confidence comes up. And that's how we help have a better community. That's how we have better employees. That's how we create better leaders, better households, because we do have to recognize the value in each other. Now, like I said, your value isn't because of the people around you, but your value is because of what you do for yourself. And when those people around you can see the value in you, they're going to speak life into you. When you see somebody that has value, and that's every single person, especially people that are working to get things, and they might be down in the dumps because they know it's hard. They know they have to sacrifice their night. They got to sacrifice time with the kids and the family because they know what they want. They see the value in learning. And that's what this is all about. When I went last night and heard General Mattis speak, former Secretary of Defense, I realized that I don't read enough. This guy has a library of over 7,000 books. I don't know if I think he said he reads a bunch a year. And I just think about all the decisions that he made to help him be strategic, like I spoke about yesterday, in his decision making when it came to the battlefield, and the discipline that you had to have and the trust you need. And all of that matters to your value, because people don't respect people who aren't disciplined. The people who lack discipline always end up in trouble. Think about it. A kid gets in trouble because he didn't have discipline, don't understand. But if you think and you learn and you gain knowledge and you apply the knowledge to your life and you put people around you to help buffer those situations so your value can rise to another level, it's going to make you greater. One thing about people who see the value in themselves and others, guess what? They normally stick together because they know, man, if he got value, I can have value. If he can make it, I can make it. We can both make this thing work. So I just want y'all to recognize the importance of value. And how do you see value in yourself? Well, I'm glad you asked. There's a few things to make you more valuable. One, know who you are, first of all. And I know you're like, well, how can I do that? Well, what you can do is read. If you struggle with knowing who you are, read. And then you'll learn something that'll help you. Like General Mattis said last night. He said there's a lot of new ideas in old books. The reason why America especially is struggling because we don't read anymore. We get on the internet, and the internet we can learn from the internet. We learn all these things, but because it's so accessible, we forget it. And we know we can just Google it again and get the information you need and move on. But to actually retain it is nothing better than that old book. I mean, Kindles are great, but nothing better than picking up that old book and listening and learning out of it and understand the value in it. We got to start understanding the value of ourselves and understand the value in reading, understand the value in books, understand the value in education and applying the education to our life, because that's what makes it better. I believe that's why there are a ton of third world countries, because people have told them that they don't have any value around them. So when the other people don't see the value in you, or they just trying to make you blind to your value, they're crippled. So they live in a tribal mentality. And then having that tribal mentality, they destroy each other, because that's what tribes do. Tribes, different groups, they destroy one another. Third world countries, they struggle because they don't see the value in themselves. And a lot of times it takes education to see the value in yourself. So if you want to lift third world countries, poor communities out of poverty, you have to do it with education. Not in money. It does take money, but we can get the money. We just need the people who are willing to do the work. And that's what value is in. The value is in the knowledge that you gain, and then in the knowledge, turning that around and teaching somebody else. So it was a privilege to have General Matters there last night, learning from him, learning from a guy who's been in a lot of different situations, a lot of pressure. Like he said, he don't really have pressure because he works it out. What's pressure? If you understand how it works, it's not pressure at all. For us and around him, it may look like pressure. And anytime you're dealing with human life and the loss of life, the possibility of losing life, definitely that always weigh on your mind. But if you're prepared, you limit the mistakes you make. And I feel like if we can understand our value, if we know our value, we got to get out here and help other people see their value. And how can you get that? How can you make that happen? It's by reading. It's by educating yourself. It's by teaching your household how to do things better so they can see the value in themselves. Value is learning for me. You're a valuable asset already because you're a human being. Now, what are you going to do as a human being to add value to not only yourself, but to the people around you and ultimately to the world? If we can do that, we can be great. And that's a value that I want you to see because y'all are great. Like my boy always say, be great. All right. Hey, I just want to briefly talk about that today. This is the Red Tape Podcast. I'm your host, Demerious Nelson. This is brought to you by 4-1 Media, where we move progressively forward in a conservative way. Check us out at Instagram. You can check my page out at demerious.nelson. You can check out 4-1 Media at 4-1 Media. Email me if you got any questions. We'll definitely talk about them on here. All right, you can do that at 4-1media@gmail.com. And the guys will get back with you, and then we'll talk about it. I answer any question. I'm ready. I am ready. So anyway, guys, y'all have a great day, man. Peace.